Sure.
Thank you. What level of spending cuts are you willing to accept in order to raise the debt limit? Let's say you pass a compromise. What's to stop future? What would stop members of Congress from waiving that requirement, like that could be done under the BCA?
Yeah. Well, first off, I think we ought to be passing the House bill. Okay, that's the only thing we ought to be talking about now. And I think I think it is important to always make sure it's not something that's easily waived in the future. And I think that's one thing they tried to do, is make sure that's not what happens.
And again, I want to push back on this phrase spending cuts. Again, 2019, 4.4 trillion. Then we spent way in excess of 6 trillion during the pandemic. 2022, 6.3 trillion. Biden wants to spend 6.9 trillion. I mean, understand how insane that is in terms of growth and spending. So all we're trying to do is limit the growth of spending, put us back on some reasonable glide path. Had we gone back to just a baseline in 2019, grew it by inflation, population growth, which would be a reasonable way to budget, right? Last year we spent $5.1 trillion. We spent 6.3. So let's not talk about budget cuts. Let's not let the Democrats get away with that. We're trying to rein this in and put us on a more reasonable and sustainable spending glide path.